So there might be times when you want your links to look like more than just plain text with an underline and the colors that you've chosen that suit your palette. So there are a number of ways you can basically decorate your text, decorate your links. And we'll use the pseudo classes we've already worked with. We'll use a page similar to what we worked with in the previous video. And the first one of 3 options. There are 3 different options, which are text decoration, border, and background. So we'll start with text decoration. And this refers to the underline that comes by default for all links. So let's say on hover, we wanted the underline to disappear when we hover. That's what we'll do first. So we will clean this up a little bit, and right in here we will write text decoration. This is what affects the underline, and we will simply say none, end with a semicolon, save, reload, no difference immediately, but when we hover we get text with no underline. All right, so there are several different options for text decoration, but what people usually want to do is remove the underline, and that's what we've done only for hover, not for anything else. The second option I want to cover is border. Now, border is a CSS property that can be applied to paragraphs, to headings, to divs, to article, nav, to just about anything, right? Almost anything in your HTML document can be given a border. And normally if we were going to apply a border to our links, we wouldn't want to have the underline. So I'm going to take this text decoration none, and I am going to apply it to all of my A elements, like this. Okay, so that'll be step 1. I'm going to save. I am going to save and reload, and you'll see that now there are no underlines at all. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a border bottom to the hover, and I'm going to say it's 1 pixel, which is very thin. I am going to make it solid, and I'm going to make it the same color as the hover text. All right, so I will save, I will reload, and you will see that the border is thinner and it's a little bit farther away from the text than the text decoration underline. Now, another thing we can do with border is we can apply more than just the bottom. So I'm going to copy that, paste it, and I'm going to add a border top. This is only on hover, not on anything else. So I save, I reload, and now when I hover, I get a thin border on the top and the bottom of the link I'm hovering on. Sort of looks cool, right? So that's another option. So text decoration, the default underline. If you remove that, you might want to use border instead for a different look. And our third option is background, meaning the background color. So for that, I'm going to remove the 2 borders there. I will keep the text decoration none for all of my A's, and I will add a background here. Okay, you remember we do not have to type background color, although we may, but we don't have to. So I will type it like this, and I think I'm going to use this color the same as active. I think that gives me enough contrast. So what that will do is put a background color behind the text only when I hover on the link. So I will save, I will reload, and I will demonstrate that. There you go. So of course, if we had a little more space, that is padding, which we'll learn about in the next video, if we had some padding around that link, this would begin to look more like a button. And that might be something you want to do with a link at some point. So to review, we have covered 3 different ways to make your links look a little bit fancy or a little bit non-standard, and those are text decoration, border, and background.